My dear friends, if we only acted when we felt like it, half of our dreams would have died before they were even born. Feelings are visitors, but plans are commitments. And the people who grow in life are not led by emotions, they are led by purpose. Today, I want to share something powerful with you. Something that can transform your daily life, your discipline, your peace, and your destiny. We all have moments when we feel lazy, discouraged, irritated, overwhelmed, confused, tired, or simply not in the mood. And if we allow these temporary feelings to dictate our long-term direction, life becomes a chain of unfinished tasks and abandoned dreams. But when you choose to stick to a plan, not your feelings, you activate a different level of strength within yourself. Because plans are made from clarity, but feelings are born from chaos. Plans are based on who you want to become, but feelings are reactions to what you are going through. A plan is a promise you make to yourself. And when you honor it again and again, the universe begins to respond. Doors open, discipline builds, noise becomes silence, confusion becomes clarity, and the path becomes visible. So today, let us dive into this beautiful practice, how to follow your plan, not your mood. How to choose progress over excuses. How to stay loyal to your purpose, even when your emotions are unpredictable. This is where growth begins. This is where peace is found. This is where real transformation happens. My dear friends, the most powerful realization you will ever come to in your journey of growth is this: your feelings change every hour, but your plan represents your future self. Think about it. How many days have you woken up excited, ready to conquer the world, and then the very next morning, you feel like doing nothing at all? How many times have you felt motivated at night to start something new tomorrow, but when the morning comes, your body whispers, "Sleep a little more." Your mind says, "Not today." And suddenly the plan you believed in deeply becomes something you postpone. This is the battle every one of us lives with. The battle between who we are right now and who we want to become. Your feelings are temporary. They shift with weather, sleep, mood, conversations, hormones, energy, stress, and the tiniest discomfort. One argument can ruin your mood. One negative comment can drain your enthusiasm. One unexpected delay can make your whole day feel heavy. But your plan, the intention you set, the purpose you wrote down, that comes from a deeper place. It comes from clarity. It comes from desire. It comes from your vision of a better, wiser, more disciplined version of yourself. Imagine this. You decide you want to get healthier, so you plan to walk every morning. That night, you feel strong and excited. You picture yourself walking with focus, feeling fresh, improving your body and mind. But the next morning, the blanket feels warm, the air feels cold, your mind tells you 5 more minutes, and your feelings suddenly overpower your purpose. This happens not because you're weak, but because feelings are seductive. They want comfort, not growth. They want ease, not effort. Your plan asks you to rise above the temporary noise of your emotions and listen to the deeper voice inside you that says, "You deserve better." We all know someone who had big dreams but allowed their emotions to distract them. Perhaps it is a student who wanted to study daily but let mood swings disrupt consistency. Perhaps a friend who wanted to start a business but let fear hold them back. Or maybe someone who wanted to heal, meditate, or journal every day, but because they didn't feel like it, they never began. And the saddest part is, they didn't fail because they didn't have talent. They didn't fail because they didn't have time. They failed simply because they allowed temporary feelings to destroy long-term progress. But my dear friends, Those who grow, those who succeed, those who rise, are the ones who stay loyal to their plan even when their feelings are pulling them in the opposite direction. That's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even opportunity. It is the simple ability to do what you said you would do, even when the mood you said it in has disappeared. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. But not once do they say, "Today I don't feel like trying." They just try again and again and again. Why? Because children don't overthink. They don't let feelings become excuses. They follow instinct. They follow growth. And that's why they succeed. You can apply this same principle in your daily life. Suppose you plan to read for 20 minutes every night. Some nights you'll feel inspired. Some nights you'll feel exhausted. But the days when you follow your plan despite your feelings, those are the days when you grow the most. Or let's say you plan to save a little money every month. Some months you'll feel confident. Some months you'll feel tempted to spend impulsively. But if you stick to the plan, you slowly build a future that your present feelings could never create. Your plan is your compass. Your feelings are just weather. Weather changes, but the compass stays steady. Some days are sunny and energy flows easily. Some days are foggy and you feel stuck, but the compass never stops pointing toward your direction, your vision, your dream, your purpose. The most inspiring people you admire today are not people who felt motivated every day. They are people who learned to move forward even when they felt discouraged, tired, or emotionally drained. They learned to question their feelings instead of obeying them. They learned to say, "I made this plan because I believe in something bigger than how I feel right now." And that mindset changed everything for them. My dear friends, discipline is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give yourself, because it is the highest form of self-respect. When you show up for your commitments, when you do what you said you would do, even when no one is watching, you send a powerful message to your own soul: I can trust myself. And trust, my friends, is the foundation of every strong relationship, including the relationship you have with your own heart. Think for a moment about the promises you make to other people. If you tell a friend, "I will meet you at 6 p.m., and you show up late every time, or you cancel last minute, that friendship begins to weaken. Not because the friend hates you, but because trust begins to fade. The same thing happens inside you. Every time you say, "I will wake up early," and you don't, "I will finish this task," and you delay, "I will improve myself," and you ignore it, your inner trust breaks a little. And slowly, without realizing it, you start doubting your own ability. You start believing you can't depend on yourself. This is how self-doubt grows. Not from failure, but from the habit of not following through on the commitments you made to yourself. But disciplined people, those who do what they promised, stand differently. They walk with a different energy. Their mind has peace because it is aligned with their actions. Their self-confidence rises not because they have achieved miracles, but because they consistently do small things with sincerity. Every step, every routine, every simple act of showing up becomes a silent form of saying, "I honor myself." Think of a student who sets a plan to study for 1 hour every day. Most days they might not feel like it. Some days they are tired. Some days they are stressed. But if they show up for that 1 hour anyway, over time they begin to trust their own discipline. They begin to feel capable. They begin to feel strong. And when challenges come, they face them with confidence because they know they have cultivated the habit of doing what is necessary, not what is easy. Or think of someone who wants to get fitter. They plan to exercise 5 days a week. Some mornings they will feel sleepy, some evenings they will feel distracted. But that one moment when they push themselves to go anyway, when they say, "My plan matters more than my mood," that moment becomes a seed of strength inside them. And over weeks and months, that seed grows into a powerful tree of self-belief. My dear friends, discipline is not about punishing yourself. It is not about forcing yourself. It is about respecting the future version of you. It is about saying, "I deserve progress. I deserve growth. I deserve peace." Discipline is an act of love toward your own destiny. Many people believe motivation creates discipline. But the truth is, discipline creates motivation. When you do a small task on time, you feel good. That good feeling gives you more energy. That energy motivates you for the next task. And soon you build momentum. But it all starts with the first step, the step that requires discipline. Look at daily life examples. A person who cleans their room every night may not enjoy doing it. But the next morning, they wake up with clarity, energy, and peace. That peace is the reward of discipline. A person who plans their expenses and sticks to the plan may not feel excited about saving money. But later, when they see stability in their life, they feel proud of themselves. That pride is the reward of discipline. A person who prays, meditates, journals, or practices silence daily may not always feel like doing it. But slowly, those practices strengthen their mind and calm their emotions. That inner calm is the reward of discipline. And the beautiful thing is this discipline in one area of life spreads into other areas. When you begin showing up consistently for one habit, your mind learns the pattern. It learns that you follow through. It learns that you honor your intentions. And soon, you find it easier to wake up early, to eat healthier, to make better choices, to complete tasks on time. Discipline creates a powerful internal structure that supports your entire life. But the most beautiful part, my dear friends, is this: discipline teaches you that you don't have to feel good to do good. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need the ideal mood. You just need to respect yourself enough to act. And once you act, the feeling of pride that follows is much greater than the temporary comfort you gave up. When you stay disciplined, you become a person others admire, not because you are special, but because you choose consistency over excuses. And when you admire yourself, when you trust yourself, when you feel proud of yourself, that becomes the most powerful motivation to keep going. So remember, discipline is not a burden. It is freedom. It is not pressure. It is peace. It is not sacrifice. It is self-respect. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you build a stronger, wiser, more confident you. And that version of you is unstoppable. My dear friends, feelings will always try to pull you towards comfort, while your plans will always try to pull you toward growth. And between these two forces lies your entire destiny. Every single day you live is shaped by the choice you make in those small, quiet moments when no one is watching, whether you choose comfort or growth. Comfort feels nice in the moment, but growth changes your life. Comfort gives you relief now, but growth gives you strength later. And the truth is, comfort never stays comfortable for long. It may feel good temporarily, but when it becomes a habit, it turns into regret. Growth may feel challenging today, but later it becomes confidence, peace, and pride. Imagine you wake up early with a plan to meditate for 10 minutes, or exercise or work on a project or study. But the bed feels warm, your body feels tired, and your mind whispers, not today. Just rest a little more. That is comfort calling your name. And it sounds so sweet. But after giving in, what happens? You feel guilty. You feel behind. You feel like you let yourself down. That momentary comfort steals long-term joy. But if you ignore that whisper and follow your plan, even if your eyes feel heavy or your mind feels lazy, the moment you complete what you promised yourself, your heart becomes light, your mind feels proud, your day feels purposeful. And that sense of inner victory stays with you long after the feeling of comfort would have faded away. Let me give you a simple example from daily life. Think of a student preparing for an exam. Netflix is calling, social media is calling, a friend is calling. And all these things are comfort. They give immediate pleasure. But 1 hour of studying brings growth. 1 hour of studying strengthens the mind, builds discipline, and brings the student closer to their future. And the beautiful part is, once they complete that 1 hour, even entertainment feels more relaxing because it is not mixed with guilt. Or think of someone trying to eat healthier. Junk food calls. Comfort says, just one more bite. But the plan says, take care of your body, respect your health. That small decision, that tiny moment of choosing growth over comfort, may feel insignificant. But these moments are bricks. Brick by brick, you build your life. And when you look back after weeks or months, you see a beautiful structure called progress. My dear friends, the universe does not reward comfort. It rewards growth. Everything meaningful in life demands effort. A beautiful relationship requires effort. A calm mind requires effort. A successful career requires effort. A strong body requires effort. And effort is always outside the circle of comfort. That's why most people stay where they are, because staying where you are requires no effort. Moving forward requires courage. But here is the beautiful truth. Once you start choosing growth consistently, your comfort zone expands. What once felt difficult becomes normal. What once felt uncomfortable becomes a part of your identity. Wake up early for 30 days and it becomes natural. Practice silence or meditation for 30 days and it becomes a part of your inner peace. Exercise for 30 days and it becomes a part of your strength. Growth changes you and then growth becomes you. Think of a seed. If it chooses comfort, it will stay underground forever, safe, untouched, hidden. But if it chooses growth, it must break. It must push through darkness. It must struggle through soil. It must face sunlight, wind, rain. But in that process, it becomes a tree. It becomes shade for others. It becomes fruit-bearing. It becomes beautiful. This is exactly what happens to you when you choose growth over comfort. You break old patterns, you push through struggles, and you rise above your limitations. Look at your own life. Every time you chose comfort, what did it give you after a few hours? Temporary pleasure followed by long-term regret. But every time you chose growth, even if it was uncomfortable in the beginning, what did it give you later? Pride, confidence, strength, a sense of, yes, I can. These moments become proof that you are capable of more than you think. Comfort is a thief disguised as a friend. It smiles at you now, but steals from you later. Growth is a teacher disguised as a challenge. It tests you now, but rewards you later. And when you understand this, you start making decisions differently. You stop asking, what do I feel like doing right now? And start asking, what will help me grow? The most successful, peaceful, and wise people in the world are not those who always feel motivated. They are simply those who chose growth consistently even when they didn't feel like it. They kept showing up. They kept honoring their plan. They kept choosing small daily steps that compounded into a life of purpose. My dear friends, one of the most beautiful transformations in life happens when you start following your plan consistently, because the more you follow your plan, the less noise your mind creates. A noisy mind is a tired mind. A noisy mind is a confused mind. A noisy mind is a restless mind that jumps from thought to thought, fear to fear, doubt to doubt. But when you begin living with intention, with structure, with discipline, slowly the chaos inside you starts to settle. Your mind begins to quiet down. Your emotions start becoming still. Your inner world becomes clearer, calmer, and more peaceful. Think of your mind like a lake. When the water is disturbed, splashing, moving, shaking, you cannot see through it. Even if there is beauty beneath, you miss it because the surface is unstable. But when the lake becomes still, when the water settles, you can suddenly see everything clearly. You can see reflection. You can see depth. You can see beauty. The same way, when your mind is noisy, nothing is clear. Decisions feel confusing. Emotions feel overwhelming. Your direction feels lost. But when you follow your plan, when you bring routine and structure into your life, the water inside you settles. And you begin to see your own potential clearly. Many people think that the noise in their mind comes from problems. But often, the noise comes from lack of direction. When your mind doesn't know what to do, it keeps thinking of everything. When you don't commit to something, your mind keeps creating a list of 1,000 possibilities, 1,000 worries, 1,000 distractions. But when you have a plan and you honor it, you remove confusion, you remove overthinking, you remove emotional turbulence, you create clarity. Let me give you a simple example from daily life. Imagine waking up in the morning without a plan. You scroll through your phone, think of 10 different things you need to do, feel pressured, feel rushed, feel confused, and by the time you begin your day, your mind is already overwhelmed. But if you wake up with a plan, maybe you decided the night before that you will meditate for 5 minutes, then exercise for 10 minutes, then start your work. You begin your day with clarity. You don't waste mental energy deciding what to do. The plan guides you, and because it guides you, your mind becomes calmer. Or think of studying. A student without a plan will think, should I study math first, or science? Or maybe I should rest. Or maybe I should watch something first. Or maybe I should wait until motivation comes. These thoughts create noise. But when the student says, from 6000 to 7000 I will study math, the mind becomes quiet. The mind knows its path. There is no debate, no confusion. This clarity reduces mental noise. My dear friends, noise is created when the mind lacks alignment. Noise is created when the mind is pulling you in one direction and your emotions are pulling you in another. But when you follow your plan every day, you begin aligning your actions with your intentions. That alignment brings harmony. That harmony brings peace. And peace is the greatest wealth you can ever experience. Have you noticed how peaceful your mind feels after completing a task you kept postponing? Maybe you cleaned your room, responded to a message, finished a project, exercised, or prayed. Before doing it, your mind kept reminding you again and again, creating pressure, guilt, and stress. But the moment you complete it, your mind feels light. That weight disappears. That is the magic of following your plan. It removes unnecessary burdens from your mind. Look at your daily life. When you delay something, your mind keeps repeating it like a broken record. Do it later. Do it soon. Why haven't you done it yet? This is mental noise. But when you follow your plan, you silence that voice, you take control. You become the master of your mind, not its servant. The more consistently you follow your plan, the more silent your inner world becomes. And in that silence, you begin to hear your intuition. You begin to hear your inner wisdom. You begin to hear guidance that was always there, but was buried under layers of noise. Silence is not the absence of thoughts. It is the absence of unnecessary thoughts. Silence is the state where you are connected to yourself, to your purpose, to the universe. Imagine a person who meditates or practices silence every morning. At first, their mind may feel noisy, wandering everywhere. But day by day, as they stick to their routine, the noise begins to fade. Their reactions slow down. Their anger reduces. Their fears lessen. Their decisions become wiser. This happens not because the world outside changed, but because the world inside settled. When you follow your plan, you strengthen your inner order. You align your mind with purpose. You reduce chaos. You create space for clarity. And this clarity makes your life smoother. When your mind is quiet, small problems don't shake you. Small delays don't irritate you. Small challenges don't distract you. You begin to respond to life instead of reacting to it. So, my dear friends, commit to the path you have chosen. Follow your plan with sincerity. Because each time you honor your plan, you honor your peace. And when your peace increases, everything in life becomes easier, lighter, and more meaningful. A quiet mind is a powerful mind, and your plan is the path that leads you there.